In the name of Almighty Allah, hello audience and welcome to Dawn Times. So today we will discuss most important MCQs. So we will discuss about famous personalities in world history. So the first one is Fidel Castro remained president of Cuba for more than 30 years, for more than 35 years, and Doctor Abdul Qadir Khan did his PhD degree from Leuven University of Belgium, and Sigmund Freud was a great psychologist. He is also considered as a father of modern psychology, and Umar Khayyam was a Persian poet and who was known as founder of modern psychology. So it is Sigmund Freud, and who was known as man of destiny. So it is Napoleon Bonaparte, and Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work, and that is special theory of relativity, and this theory is in physics. And penicillin, an antibiotic, bacterial synthesis inhibitor, and this antibiotic was first discovered by Alexander Fleming, and Saudi billionaire Osama bin Laden, Al-Qaeda chief, made his money through which business? So basically his profession is construction industry. So he earned a lot of money from construction in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and UAE, and software king Bill Gates was dropout from which university? So he was dropout from Harvard University. And who was the painter of Mona Lisa painting? So Leonardo da Vinci was the painter of Mona Lisa, and who is called founder of chemistry. So it is Jabir bin Hayyan. And the acid prepared by Jabir bin Hayyan is sulfuric acid H2SO4, and it is also called father of acid. And sulfuric acid is one of the strongest acid in the world, and inertia of matter was identified by Ibn al-Haytham, and the first Muslim scientist who presented the law of reflection and refraction is Ibn al-Haytham. Al-Biruni discovered the radius of the earth, which was 6,338 kilometers, and it is a famous site in Jhelum, Punjab. And the construction and working of different parts of human body was explained by Abu Ali Sina in his famous book Al-Qanun fi Fil Tib, and named the celebrated Mughal court poet and prime minister during Akbar reign, who wrote Ain Akbari and Akbarnama, and the name is Abul Fazl, and named the famous Arab historian who visited India along with the armies of Mahmud of Ghaznavi, and wrote an account of India, and its name is Al-Biruni, and who was the American scientist noted for his research on X-rays, and he won the Nobel Prize in 1927, and the name is Arthur Holly Compton. And Chanakya is the writer of the famed treatise Arthashastra, a book on statecraft, and named the English novelist who famous works are David Copperfield, Oliver Twist, and Great Expectation novel. So all these were written by Charles Dickens. And named the scientist who invented pendulum clock based on Galileo theory and also discovered the ring of Saturn's. So Christian Huygens, here is a mistake in the spelling of Saturn's, and named the famous Pakistani poet who won Lenin Award. So the Lenin Award was won by Faiz Ahmad Faiz, and Galileo, the Italian astronomer who developed the telescope and discovered satellites of Jupiter, and who is considered the father of English poetry. His famous works include the Book of Duchess and Canterbury Tales, and the credit goes to Geoffrey Chaucer, and named the American general who led the revolt against the British and declared American independence, so George Washington, and named the chemist and professor at Harvard who worked on the atomic bomb and later strongly advocated the banning of nuclear weapon, and its name is George Kisitia and who was the German scientist who developed the petrol-driven internal combustion engine. He founded a motor company in 1890 which built the first Mercedes, and the name of the scientist is Gottlieb Daimler. And Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a scientist and a major figure in the world of literature, devoted his life to writing poetry, novels, plays, and he belongs to Germany. John Logie Baird, a Scottish who invented television in 1926, and Tolstoy, a great literary figure and author of Anna Karenina and War and Peace. So these were the two basic works of Tolstoy, and he belongs to Russia. And who was the famous English critic who created famous poems like Sohrab and Rustam and scholar Gapsy, and the name of writer is Matthew Arnold, and named the English mathematician who first started the laws of gravitation and light. So Isaac Newton presented the laws of gravitation, and named the American president who had to resign when it became clear that he was about to be impeached and convicted by Congress, and the name of the president is Richard Nixon, and who was the devoted British nurse which reformed the nursing profession and was the first woman to receive the Order of Merit award, and the credit goes to Florence Nightingale, and named the Muslim mathematician and physicist who made the first significant contributions to optical theory since the time of Ptolemy, and the name of Muslim physicist is Ibn al-Haytham, and which of the following was a Muslim jurist and theologian who systemization of Islamic legal doctrine was acknowledged as one of the four Islamic schools of law which are followed in Pakistan, India, Turkey, and Central Asia, and the name of Imam is Imam Abu Hanifa, and Democratic Barack Obama defeated which Republican presidential candidate in 2008. So the name of and his name is John McCain, and Barack Obama was the president of US, and named the first Muslim woman who is elected as the 2061 President of UN General Assembly, and her name is Haya Rashid Al Khalifa. And Ernest Hemingway was awarded Nobel Prize for Literature because he did much contribution to the field of literature. And Abu Rayhan al-Biruni was one of the well-known figures associated with the court of Mahmud Ghori, and who was the president of United States during World War I, and his name is Woodrow Wilson. And named the English poet whose famous works include The Prelude and The Recluse, and the name of the English poet is William Wordsworth. And named the British physicist who put forward the idea of an absolute measurement of temperature and invented the scale of measurement, and his name is William Thomson Kelvin, and who is known as Abul Qasis in the West, is recognized as the greatest Muslim surgeon. He was the personal physician of Caliph Mamun al-Rashid, and the name of the Muslim surgeon is Abul Qasim al-Zahrawi. And named the Muslim mathematician who made important contributions to the development of trigonometry in mathematics, and the name of Muslim mathematician is Abu Ishaq Kindi, and born in Basra in the beginning of 19th century, is called philosopher of Arabs in the West. And what is his name? And his name is Ibn Ishaq al-Kandi, and al-Kandi is called father of Arab philosophy. And which Muslim philosopher and scientist discovered that light travel faster than sound, and it was said by al-Biruni. And who was the Muslim scientist to use zero for the first time? He also completed his own tables, which formed the basis of later astronomical researches in the East and the West. And the name of Muslim scientist is Al-Khwarizmi, and named the Muslim scientist who formulated the laws of straight propagation of light, reflection of light, refraction of light, and host of other phenomenon. And the name of Muslim scientist is Ibnul Hatham, one of the sagacious personality in the world. And named the famous Muslim scientist who discovered sunspot, and the name of the scientist is Galileo. And named the greatest Muslim scientist who collected herbs from Spain to Syria and wrote an outstanding book, Kitab al-Jami fi Adwiya al-Mufrada, and the name of Muslim scientist and physician is Ibn Battar. And Pablo Ruiz Picasso, a famous painter and sculptor, and belonged to Spain, and who was awarded Nobel Prize for Physics in 1918 for introducing his law of radiation, which laid the foundation of quantum theory. So, and the name of the scientist is Karl Aaron Ludwig, and who was the well-known Russian writer and novelist with famous works like Dr. Zhivago to his credit. And the name of the Russian writer and novelist is Boris Leonidovich. And during World War II, who was the president of United States? So Franklin Roosevelt. and Arfa Karim, the youngest ever certified Microsoft professional, and she breathed her last on 14 January 2012. So it's all for today. My apology if there is any pronunciation mistake or spelling mistake. So thank you, and again thank you for watching Dawn Times. God bless you all.